morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the final Premier League preview of the season, which is really depressing, actually. I feel almost emotional, but loads to talk about. Still, obviously, got to work out who's going to win the Premier League, who's going to get the European places. We're going to go into it all. Sorry, we're a bit late, Nick. I see your comment, but we're waiting for Queen Elly and she's not shown up. But she is the Queen, so we'll let her off. But as always on a Friday, I'm joined by my regular gorgeous panel of Jimbo. How are you doing, Jimbo?
I'm very good, thank you. Very pleased to be here.
Good. And of the legend, the nicest guy on YouTube, Mr. Chang. How are you? How are you doing?
Doing very, very, very well here in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, Miss Kate and Mr. James. And I really am looking forward to getting into the final weekend preview of the season. Although I must admit so that it is a little bittersweet because it felt like it was just last week or even last month since I made my debut on your first ever members calling show, and however many months later it's been 4, 5, 6 months since then, and here we are at the end of the season, but still plenty to look forward to. As you rightly mentioned, we have a Premier League champion yet to be crowned, and Europa League is still very much up for grabs, despite us maybe having the upper hand over Sheffield United. But given whatever's happened to us this season, nothing can be taken for granted.
Exactly that. And do you know what? I kind of like the fact that everything's up in the air. Not so much with us. I'd rather we'd secured where we wanted to be. I'd rather we'd secured like Premier League champions. But you know what I mean? I like the fact that everything's a bit, what's going to happen, you know? But let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Nick saying, big time Kate and all her mates. She starts when she wants. It's Ellie's fault. Good evening, Ren. Not seen you for ages. Hope you're well, lovely. Good to see you. Afternoon, Aaron. Good to see you. Big up, Adrian Schroker. Always good to see you, sir. Oh, we've got a real big time in the house today. Look, Nick has joined us. Nick, Barry, Emerson lover. How are you?
Well, I'm absolutely distraught because Emerson looks like he's off to Milan. So
everyone else in the fan base is celebrating, but Nick's in mourning.
I'm in mourning. The only good thing is that I've been promised by Iggy that if he signs, then Iggy's going to buy me a shirt with his name and number on the back, a Milan shirt. So
there you go. Well,
interesting trade-off.
Apart from that, the sun's out, the rain's gone, the thunderstorms are over. I mean, the weather, not in the fan base, obviously, because
another week,
another meltdown, Tottenham Hotspur fan base, but.
Of course.
Yeah, good to it's the last weekend of football, and then we can worry about England doing the same thing in the summer and just
and transfers.
Transfers. So okay.
Silly season.
I've just had a message, Jim, actually, from Danny Kiriakou. He says his prediction: Spurs fail to sell many of their deadwood, then fail to sign many top players, while blaming the lack of Champions League money. We start the season well with 2 signings out of the 5 who we got. Look like they might be good. Then the wheels fall off and Ange gets sacked around Christmas. So hopefully that's not true.
Well, it's nice to see him being positive as always.
Yeah. Danny positive. Maybe that's actually, I had him on the phone for about 2 hours last night, which must be a record.
Wow.
Once you have him on the phone, you're always going, are you coming to bed? And I'm like, no, Danny's on the phone. This is like once every 6-month opportunity. So,
But honestly, Mr. Collison, if you go into detail of everything that Mr. Kiriakou just sent to you on text, it feels very much like a self-fulfilling prophecy with Enoch and Daniel Levy in charge, and with the fan base as well, as fragile and as as volatile as we are. It will almost become like a self-fulfilling prophecy if certain major things don't start shifting towards the betterment of Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, and they'll be right there waiting to say, "I told you so." Not that they get any pleasure out of it at all, she says sarcastically.
Nick, does Daddy like Ange?
Yeah. He backs Ange. He was one of the first ones when we were, when there was obviously everyone was a bit like, who's this guy? Not really sure. He goes, go and watch this documentary. this will explain everything about him. But I mean, look, I think sadly, I feel that it could be a different way, right? If, for example, we'd have started the season like we've ended the season and it was flipped the other way around, and I know a few other people have said this as well, we'd be like loving life, right, at the moment. But obviously, I think, look, if you take it in context, we lost Harry Kane. With in 5th place, we've qualified for Europe. Yes, it's not 8th. Yes, we got knocked out of the cups, and said it's going to be a bumpy road. But I think, I think for me, no one can sit there and say that they would have thought that we'd been higher than where we are now, right? There were people saying we're going to get relegated, all these kind of things. So I think what we should do for next season, all of us, is we should do like they do on I'm a Celeb, where they put the predictions in an envelope and they close it, and then at the end of the season, they open the envelope and they see whether the prediction comes true.
Wow.
You know where mine will be. I don't have to do an envelope.
No, I know. We all know what yours will be, Jim. And we all know when you open it, mate, it's not going to come true.
Yeah, you're going to be in the mud again. Anthony says, are you going to have an emotional farewell for Chicken Royale?
I know we need better. I'm not going to do it. But in terms of, in terms of people we need around this football club that don't care what people think, that like to have a laugh, that kind of bring the team together, I'd keep him just based on that. There'll probably be a video like Big K had of Eric Dyer going to Bayern Munich with my face on and the crying. I will be emotional, but I'm not going to stop supporting Tottenham Hotspur. I think me, AJ, I think that's about it, really. The only two people that love him as much as I do will be devastated. And I see the fake Oxford fans in the chat as well. Old Lee Smithy Smith.
Big up, Lee. We've missed you too. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for the super chat. To be fair, Nick, I think we should have a candlelight vigil where we all eat chicken royales from Burger King.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to see him off.
That's a great stream. That'd be a great stream.
Yeah, what a great stream. That would be amazing.
He was talking about chicken this morning. I don't know whether Ellie went out on the town last night, because I didn't really understand what she was saying this morning. Asking me to bring her a KFC at 7:00 in the morning or something was one of the messages.
What, she was asking for your cock at 7:00 in the morning? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I don't know where she is. She may well have been out on the lash because she's not here. So who knows? She's been promoting the show, but she's not here.
We got a good substitute.
Yes, we got an excellent substitute. We all knew this was a bumpy season, but 5th place is amazing first season. And if certain players had not made serious errors or missed massive chances, we had 85 big chances and around 20 were missed. Yes, but of course, we still have to find out if we're going to finish 5th. It's still all up in the air. So we might as well go through the games for the weekend first. Lee Smithy Smith coming back with fake Oxford fan, Wickham boy. I've seen your message and I will reply. Fighting talk here.
Well, I'm going tomorrow, Lee. So if you're not going, mate, then there's trouble, because that means I would have been to 3 more Oxford games than you in the last 2 years. So
is it the playoffs tomorrow or the final?
The playoff final tomorrow, yeah. Bolton against Oxford to go to League One. And obviously all of Laura's family are season ticket holders and are going. So yeah, it's gonna be well, look. I said to them, unfortunately, these things normally come in 3s. I went to watch Wickham. They lost the EFL final. I went to watch Spurs ladies. They lost the FA Cup final. So it's not looking very good for Oxford.
Oh, dear. So you're the kiss of death, in other words.
Yeah. I'm the problem.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Fans like you. First game, well, it's not the first game of the weekend because they're all on at the same time, but the first game we're going to talk about is Arsenal-Everton. Obviously, there is still a slight chance Arsenal could win the Premier League. Jim, I'm going to come to you first. Do you see Arsenal walking this game and there being no problems? You see a shock? how do you see this one going? What's
Sorry,
your
I was
score?
just listening to Sky Sports. They were talking about Ange. Who've Arsenal got?
It says
Everton.
Arsenal Everton.
Oh,
Please pay
Everton.
attention, or I'll have to substitute you out.
Sorry, you want me to get the info, didn't you? They were talking
Well, no,
about
because
Ange.
you'll probably get it all arse about face anyway. I'd rather wait and watch it on Twitter.
All right.
Arsenal Everton.
The last thing I remember is you was asking Nick if someone was going to wanted his cock. That was the last thing I heard. I don't know what that conversation was about. Then I put it on mute.
Honestly,
I think it's going to be a hard game. I think Arsenal will win it, but I don't think it's going to be a walkover. Last game of the season. But see, I've been reading people saying that they reckon Everton won't really try because of the Arteta connection. But I can't see Sean Dyche wanting to go out with a loss for the last game of the season. So
no.
I expect Arsenal to win it, but I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I hope they lose.
What's your score prediction?
I'm going to go Arsenal 2-1.
Oh, very close. Chang, how do you see Arsenal Everton going?
I think I wouldn't say it's also. I wouldn't also make it such that it's a foregone conclusion that Woolwich are going to walk this game, but the signs point that they will be getting goals, and Everton have safety all but assured. So there's nothing really much for them to play for away from home. I am predicting a 3-1 win to Woolwich.
Excellent. Well, not excellent. Boo. But right. Nick, what about you?
Yeah, look, I think people are saying, Everton are playing well and all of this. I just think Arsenal are going to go out on a high, right? They know even if there's the slimmest of chances that Man City slip up at home, which I don't think they will. If it was at the London Stadium, I think that might have been a little bit more feisty. But yeah, I think Arsenal, they've got their new kit on for next season. It's their final home game. They've planned their Champions Parade on Monday, and I think it's going to be 4-0. I really think it's going to be 4-0 Arsenal. I think they're going to put on a show. They haven't. Look at that. I mean, the defense is the second best in the league or the best in the league. I don't see Everton have anything that's going to scare them. These are the type of games maybe 2 years ago that Arsenal would have maybe wobbled a little bit. But I think Jamie Redknapp said it pretty much spot on. 2 years ago he said I was in that box, and Arsenal got dominated by Spurs, and who would think 2 years later Arsenal would be the ones that we'd be talking about and not Spurs. So, look, I can only see a 4-0 Arsenal win. As much as it hates me to say it, I think it's being realistic.
Yeah, I've gone 3-0 Arsenal. I agree. I think they want to go out on a high and sort of, we did our job. We're so good, but, we're going against the oil money and we're up against this and the usual cobbler's excuses that they make. But, yeah, I don't see Everton scoring. Oh, here she is. She's on Queen's time. That's all right, Ellie, you all right?
Really bad morning.
Oh, no, what's happened?
But I don't want to bring anybody down with my troubles.
Oh, okay.
My cats, they're very sick.
Oh, no.
I've had well, one of them was like hairballs only, which is understandable. The other one's just like really sick, my ginger boy. Yeah.
Oh.
So Teos we just called Teos to come home to take him to the vets. So he's so sick. Oh, it's like being a mother to children again.
I know. Tell me about
I'm sorry about that. And I couldn't even text you or anything because I was so frantic. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Don't worry. We had your super sub Nick in at the same time, so it was fine.
I could see the driver.
Nick the driver in the house. You're just in time anyway because we're on the first game. We've all give our score predictions for Arsenal, so you're just in time to get yours. She fell over.
Sorry. I'm laughing because I haven't got my stand. Angela's got it. The driver that makes you look better.
Ellie, what's your prediction for the Arsenal-Everton game?
I'm going to go 3-1 to Arsenal.
Same as Chang.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're all expecting Arsenal to do their business, unfortunately. Yeah. The weather's beautiful. I can't believe how hot it is today.
It's lovely. I haven't seen any of it. I've just seen sick.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Elly.
You can always rely on me. What, Queen?
Yeah, to lower the tone. Next up, we've got Brentford Newcastle. Elly, I'll come to you while we're talking to you and get your prediction on that game.
Brentford Newcastle. I say 2-2 because Brentford have had a little resurgence and Newcastle are firing on all cylinders. But I think because Brentford are at home, they'll want to send their fans home with at least a draw. So there you go. That's my analysis. I think Brentford are good enough for a draw. Yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this potentially could be Thomas Frank's last game. There's links with him and Manchester United, which I heard the other day, because I don't think they'll wait for Gareth Southgate, which is banter anyway, because of the Euros and whatnot. But
one in there.
It could be that. It could be obviously it's their last game. Ivan Toney's last game. I think Newcastle have been on the road. I think I'm going with a 2-1 Brentford.
Oh, same as Drula. That's what Drula said.
Ooh la la.
Interesting. Chang, what do you think about this one?
I'm going for a 2-1 as well, but it's going to be a 2-1 to Newcastle. I think they are still in the running to finish in 6th above Chelsea. If Chelsea do slip up against Bournemouth, which is always on the cards, and with Alexander Isak looking to gear himself up for the Euros, I think he's going to go out with a bang. Although he's completely out of the running for Golden Boot, given his goal scoring form, you wouldn't put it past him to be scoring a few against Brentford. So I am predicting an away win for Newcastle by 2-1.
Jimbo, do you agree with Chang?
Well, I agree with. I agree with Andy. That he just said, I think it's his last game for Brentford. And he's going to be coming to us. I got this feeling.
Okay.
I think they've done a deal already in the background.
Oh, Jimbo's in the know. Come on, Jimbo. Jimbo Pacino.
I think he's on his way to us, and it's his last game for Brentford. And I'm going to agree with Elly. I'm going to go with a 2-2, and Tony's going to go out with 2 goals. So we all get excited about him coming.
I'm going to go 3-2 to Newcastle.
Jimbo, I think really great in green.
Thank you.
Oh, don't make his head any bigger, Elly.
I like that.
Shrek?
Is that
like Shrek, Elly, you mean?
Like Shrek.
He's on its way as well, Katie.
Who?
Did you get the first present at your sister's?
Not yet.
Present at your sister's. Have you got it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Joanna sent it. So Joanna sent it from her end. And the one I sent, I've retrieved it and I've sent it myself. Bloody idiots, the post office.
I'll let you know as soon as I get it, Elly. Thank you very much.
Elly, my gorgeous niece told me I look like I'm in my 20s.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
She did say that.
Yeah, well, she was taking the piss.
Well, just being kind.
There's no way, Tim. Sorry, mate. I'm stopping. I'm cutting you off there. I'm cutting you off, mate.
She's lying.
It made me feel good.
She must have been out with her mates, absolutely plastered for her to come back. And she thought you were John, not Jim, right? And that's what she thought.
She was trying to make her uncle feel good, and it worked. So
Jim, there'll be a picture of me tomorrow. You know that Calvin Klein advert, that matey in the boat, yeah? Yeah, that'll be a picture of me up there.
I reckon she said you look like 3 20-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey, Elly.
Oh, Truth Hurts coming in with 20 stone. Oh,
20 stone.
Wow.
There's some shots being fired left, right, and centre today. Ouch. She was actually taking the piss, Jim. No, bit harsh that. 18 maybe, but not 20.
Truth Hurts. Boo. Leave Mr. Jimbo Patino alone. I'm his bodyguard.
She's got her rollers in. Are you all right there, darling?
Can we ask her, Kate, can you ask her so we can have a confirmation? Did she say?
Amelia, did you say that
Beautiful
Uncle Jim
Amelia.
looks like he's
Woo!
20? Did you say
Oh,
Jim
I
looks
like the hair, I
to
like the
make
hair.
him feel good about himself. You know what I
there?
mean?
She did say it to make him feel good about
And
himself.
it worked. So shush.
Yeah.
What?
No, he's telling them off
Oh, I
because
thought
they
you said
didn't
me
believe
shush.
it. No.
Yeah.
He said
They
my
said
beautiful niece
20
thinks I
stone,
look
Amelia.
I look so
That's
good right
rude.
now.
Oh, hair.
What?
School of rollers in there.
You look very nice.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sweating.
She's hilarious. But yeah, she did it to make you feel good, Jimbo. She didn't really
And it
mean
worked.
it.
So shush.
Being nice. All right. Yeah, look, regardless of age, Jim, you look good. There you go.
Yeah. Rulers after ya.
This will be a good game. Jimbo, I'm going to come to you. Oh, Christ.
Oh.
Thought you fell over.
It runs in the family, madness. Runs in
It
the
does,
family.
First game, next game. Oh, my God. Jimbo, I'm going to come to you first. Brighton, Man United. This sounds like, on paper, it should be a really good game.
Can I ask a question here? If Manchester United beat Man City in the final, do we drop down a place in the Europa games?
I believe so. What's that?
Yeah, what
Oh,
we
it's on
think-
Chang's.
They get a place in Europa, don't they? Man United.
Yeah, so I think doesn't
Do we drop down to Conference League?
doesn't sixth then get Conference
No.
League instead of seventh?
I'm not sure.
I'm looking.
Yeah, Nick's
looking
gonna
when we're
investigate.
learning.
Yeah,
Mark
Mark
says-
says.
Saying, no,
I
it's
don't
six.
want Conference League. It's
Yeah, this
shit.
is it. I think
The
it
winners,
is
of the,
sixth
FA
place.
Cup, the winners of the FA Cup qualify for Europa League. If Manchester City, who have qualified for the Champions League, beat Man U, the Europa League would go to sixth, and seventh goes to the conference. If Manchester United win the FA Cup and finish sixth, seventh still goes to Europa Conference. But if Manchester United beat City and finish outside the top six, then United would qualify for the Europa League, and whoever finishes sixth will go to the Conference League.
So we need to
Oh,
win, don't
no.
we? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We better
Yeah.
finish fifth then.
Yeah, fifth.
We
we
better
need to
beat
finish
Sheffield
fifth.
United.
All right.
But as we said the other day, United ain't beating City. I'm sorry, I ain't having any of that.
No,
They're not
I
beating
don't think
City.
so either. But Jim, the question is, can they beat Brighton away?
No, the way Brighton finished against Chelsea, if that Brighton turn up, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Brighton win.
Okay.
Go on,
Mr.
Jimbo.
Chang, what do you fancy for this one?
I'm going for a 2-1 win as well, but it's going to be 2-1 to United. I feel that they're going to use this as a warm-up. They're going to use this as a final dress rehearsal for their final against City. And I'm going for the same scoreline, but it's going to be an away win for United, 2-1 as well.
Okay. Hi, Leo. Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Leo. Nick, what do you fancy, Brighton Man U?
Well, I mean, look, the everything says is there's going to be goals in this game, so it'll probably be 0-0. But I think United are pony at the back. They can't defend. They haven't got much up top. I'm going to say 3-1 Brighton.
Okay. Oh, 3-1. And Ellie?
Like me? Right,
Yeah.
okay. Better football inside than Man United. They've taken over Man United's crown. They used to be fifth or sixth Man United, or sometimes they'll sneak into fourth if they're lucky. Right, but they're totally pants. So I'm going to go for a Brighton win, 4-1 to Brighton.
Wow.
Stuff.
Cool.
They're going to stuff them.
5 goals.
Like
Five
they
goals.
beat
If
us,
that-
but they beat us 4-2. But
if-
Man United are worse, so I'm going 4-1.
If that prediction does come true, Queen Ellie, I don't think Ten Hag might even make the final. He might even be gone before the final if that the prediction
Yeah.
of yours does come true.
They'll do a Jose Mourinho on him, won't they? Sack him 6 days before the final.
I'm going to go
Maybe they'll give him
2-0.
3 days. 3 days
I'm going
notice
to-
clear your desk.
I'm going 2-0 Brighton. Does anyone actually think Ten Hag will be there next season? Because I do.
I don't think he will be.
I think he
if
will
he
be.
loses the final again to Manchester City, that's 2 finals he's lost. And they've come to the end of their tether with him as well, haven't they? And he's lost the dressing room a little bit from a lot of players. I don't know. I just think he's going to be gone.
No, Ellie, I think the issue is the Euros, right? So I think that if there wasn't any Euros and everything else going on, I think it would have been done and dusted, and Southgate would have come in before, because that's clearly what Radcliffe and Ineos want. He would have come in, February, March time to kind of start getting everything on board. And I just think that it all depends. It's all going to depend, right? If England obviously should qualify from their group. If something happens and England don't, then they could move swiftly. But I just don't see them making a rash choice, and they'll potentially see how it all plays out. And then obviously, first 10 games or whatever of next season, then the trigger might be pulled depending on what happens. But yeah, I just think there's too much. There's not enough time to get in, because obviously if England go all the way or even to the semis, it's 2 weeks before the season starts. Then it's not going to happen. If they get Southgate, and that's if they're going for that. But yeah, I think he'll still be there.
Ten Hag's going to get another reprieve, according to the driver.
Well, I think he'd be there. I think he'd be there, because he's when you look at it, it's not been an absolute disaster this season, has it?
Well, it ain't been great.
Well, they've been to one final, right, or semi-final. They got to a final, and they're fighting for Europe. And I think you get another year. I do.
I think it's the way they play, because they don't have any identity, Jimbo. And their fans are quite fickle, like our fans. If they don't see progressive football, they don't like it.
I watched his speech the other day after their last home game. It didn't give me vibes that he's going anywhere. I think he's staying. I don't see him going anywhere.
He's staying. I'm staying, and you're gonna love me. Sorry about that.
John James, he backs Ten Hag as well. So I think you don't become a bad manager overnight. So, but there are links with Ten Hag and Bayern. So we'll have to wait and see.
He looks like Bryan Cranston, Kate.
Yeah, he does a bit. He does, yeah.
Like Breaking Bad. He looks
Perhaps
like
he cooks meth on the side. You never know. Kate, please time the terrace lots. Say Spurs have no history. Remind them we were the first to win an effort. Well, they didn't say they had no history. They said we have never won anything. That was Deo. So I corrected him on that, because that's a load of shit, basically. And I made sure I told him so. Good. Mickey got included in the Dutch team for the Euros. I should think he did. Who would have seen a big German team losing a penalty shootout at home in the Champions League final? Anything is possible with Spurs, so we need to get a point. Hope Ange is positive. Yep. How heavy is your "we stopped Arsenal from winning the league" trophy? Indian Guna, don't come at me with any of that crap, because I never wanted us to not win. So go and give it to all the little people.
My trophy, though, my trophy, Indian Guna, is absolutely weighing on my shoulders, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, how heavy is yours?
Your Champions Parade on Monday, when no one's going to turn up.
Sonny. I love Sonny because he missed the chance.
And all that nonsense about all the Arsenal fans crying, Sonny missed it on purpose. Sonny's on the payroll. Sonny's all of that. Don't be that. Son has been crap since he come back from the Asia Cup, and that's the reason. So don't try and look into anything. You failed again. You talked it up. And what do we see again? It's happened for the last 3 seasons. So please, Arsenal fans, you the ones should be embarrassed. Your AFTV. I don't remember seeing Ben and Sim and Expressions putting tweets out with elephants hugging their trunks and all that nonsense, and doing watch-alongs and all of that. So come on, there are some shameless people, and there are shameless fans in both fan bases. I'm not going to say that's not true. But we're just enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm drinking the tears. It's fine. Don't worry.
It made me
Yeah.
laugh the way AFTV were kissing the cockerel. I mean, come on. I would
I
never
know.
kiss the Arsenal badge, no matter what. It's a
No.
disgrace.
We'd flush
Guna
it down
Paul
the
says,
toilet, yeah.
yeah. Question for the panel. United sacked Ten Hag, Chelsea fire Poch. Who you replace them with? Southgate, Thomas Frank, Potter, all available, but only one of them I would take is Thomas Frank.
I like his
Nick-
hairdo.
Oh, that's a good
It's
reason
sort
to want him as a
of
manager.
parted.
I don't think.
I said Thomas Frank could be potentially the manager, and
Yeah.
if I'm honest as well, I don't think Chelsea are sacking Poch because realistically, if we screw it up at the weekend, they're going to finish above us, and they've had the worst season for a long time, right? So, look, I think you know that if you talk about players coming together and bedding in, if you talk about Pep Guardiola and you always take a season to get into the swing of things. They've made a lot of mistakes, but I think there was that guy. I think I was watching it yesterday, Kate. That Chelsea fan.
Yeah, David.
And he was, you know, and actually, he wasn't gassing people up. He wasn't making nonsense comments like Don does, saying that Mudrik's better than Saka or whatever nonsense he talks. But Poch, I think, is at a stage where he's got, you know, that team. If they back him, that team is going to grow, you know, and it's going to do well, I think, because they'll be in the same situation as what Arsenal did. They've got their baseline. They don't need to go and spend £1 billion now. We probably need to go and do what Chelsea did, go and spend £1 billion to replace 9 or 10 players, because then now they're going to be in the situation where they'll add a couple of £100 million players, and that's it. And that's all Arsenal need to do now. Just add a striker, add a couple more wingers. They don't need to do massive bits of business now.
No.
Yeah, don't give them ideas, Nick.
Sorry.
I mean, the rumours are that if they are to replace him, that Ineos and Jim Radcliffe really like Graham Potter. But out of those three, I don't see any of them being Man United style managers. But as Nick said, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Thomas Frank. I do think he's good. Do I think he's the right man for them? Probably not. But I don't know who is really.
I've got a little poem for you. Will Thomas Frank tank? And will Harry Potter be a shocker?
Oh, I thought you was going to say something that rhymes with...
I call him Harry Potter. Don't call him Graham Potter.
How heavy is Arsenal's? We will happily lose the Europa League if Tottenham lose the Champions League trophy. Yeah, exactly. It all works both ways. Big up, John James. They do. Did any of you see Jamie O'Hara? And then Jamie O'Hara on TalkSport watch along wearing a Man City jersey and kissing the badge? He's a disgrace.
He's a knob. He's an absolute knob.
What a knobhead.
Yeah, I think Poch has well earned the right to like that other season. I think he's starting to click in, and I think he'll be successful with Chelsea, as much as it pains me to say it, but we will see. But Burnley, Nottm Forest is next. Chang, I'm going to come to you first for this one. I think the relegation battle's already over. I can't see anything changing with the three that are there because of the goal difference. But what do you think?
Forest will be looking to go out with a bang for this season, having survived. And for Burnley, they would like to go out with a bang as well. I thought they were good for a draw last week, but thankfully our defenders came good and got both the goals against them. I am predicting a Burnley win against Forest by 2-1.
Oh, Nick, do you agree?
I mean, look, both teams have won 1 in 6, drawn 1 in 6 or 2 in 6. I think this is going to be a 1-1. And that's pushing it. I mean, look, Burnley would want to put on a show. It's their last game in the Premier League. Forest, I mean, it's a 12-goal swing. So you can't think Burnley are going to put 4, 5, 6 past them, and you can't think Luton are going to do it the other way. So yeah, I think it'll be 1-1. I don't think it's going to be anything special or to write home about.
Okay, Ellie, what do you think?
What do I think? Right, so Burnley are a decent side. They're not that bad. They gave a good account of themselves in the first 20 minutes at our ground, and they're not in. I'm just going on what I've seen at our ground rather than the away games that we played. I think Nottingham Forest have got more kudos they've got a little bit more oomph about them, and they've got more technical players. So I would say Forest would win, but not by much. I'd say 2-1 to Forest, because Burnley, they've probably given up because they're relegated already.
Yeah.
And I don't think Nottingham Forest are relegated yet, are they?
No, they can't.
they'll
There's a
need to
12.
win.
This isn't right. There's not a 3-goal difference. It's 12. It's 12
Yeah,
goal
they-
difference.
He might have meant 13. Maybe I was thinking. Maybe he's.
Oh,
Yeah.
13. Yeah.
Maybe,
So this.
maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's 12 to equals a 13. So you're going to need a 6-0 in one game and a 7-0 in the other. And I can't see
No,
it.
that's not happening.
Although
No.
Nottingham Forest did throw away a 9-goal difference a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, look, 31
But
and
there it
19.
is.
So, yeah.
It's going to be Luton, isn't it, that go down?
Yes. I'm gutted
Yeah.
actually because I really enjoy watching Luton.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm going to do. What did you say, Ellie? I
I
completely
said
missed it.
2-1 to Nottingham Forest, and you can actually watch Luton in the Championship with QPR if you want to come round and watch QPR with Teos, and I'll watch Luton.
If you're struggling to sleep, then
Yeah.
go around to Ellie's. Well, actually, yeah. First of all, it won't be because of the football. It'll be because of how loud it is in our house. That's why you won't be.
Yeah, normally
Yeah.
it's not that loud, Nick. That was just a party.
Now,
That
Ellie,
parties are
I
quite
believe
loud.
it's louder. I believe it's louder.
That's what Theos said anyway.
We're
I'm going to
really
go.
quiet people.
I'm going to go 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. Jimbo, what do you fancy?
I fancy that Forest are going to win, and I'm going to say 3-1 to Forest.
3-1.
Go on, Jimbo.
Yeah, like I say, I don't think they've really got. No, we're not playing Burnley, Drula. We're playing Sheffield United. Lovely. Please try and keep up.
The score for Burnley against Tottenham is going to be 2-1 to Tottenham.
Next up, Chelsea Bournemouth. Oh, Nick, I'm going to go to you first.
Chelsea need to win. I think if it was at Bournemouth, it'd be a different story. Bournemouth have been good, but they haven't really got anything to play for. So I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea.
Ooh, boo. Ellie, what do you fancy?
Right, so Bournemouth are a decent outfit. They've got decent players. I think Chelsea have found their grounding, and they've performed well when they've had to perform well to get them up the league. So I'm thinking Pochettino want to go out with a bang. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Chelsea, and I think Pochettino will run on the pitch and streak or something like that.
Oh, lovely. I'll be watching that then.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm going to go.
Come on, Pochettino, make it happen for us ladies.
I'm going to
We
go
fancy
3-2 to Chelsea. I think they'll win. So we've got to do our job. Jimbo, what do you think?
I think, first of all, Chelsea played absolutely brilliant the other night. It was such a good game against Brighton. They fell off a bit at the end, but they put so much into that game to win it. And I think they'll do the same again. And I can't see anything but a Chelsea win. Yeah. So I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1 again. And Mr. Chang.
I'm also going for a 2-goal margin win for them, but I'm going to go for a 2-0. 2-0 instead. 2-0 to the Chaps.
2-0 to the Chaps. So we all think Chelsea are going to do their job and win it, which is unfortunate. Except Drula, she says 2-1 Bournemouth, but she probably thinks they're playing someone else. So
she's had a drink or two, she said.
Bless her. Next up, we got Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. Ooh. I think I'm going to go first here. I think Villa lose this game, which is going to be even more annoying because we could have done our job. I'm actually going to go 3-1 Palace for this one. Jimbo, what do you fancy?
Just see what Mark CFC put, and he's 100% right.
Yeah, that's so true. I think
yeah.
he's a real twat, Reece James. I really do. I think he's overrated and a bit of a prat. So
there you go. You've heard it here first, people.
Yeah.
I think if Villa needed to win this game, it would be a different story. But because they don't need to win it, I'm going to predict a 2-1 win to Palace.
Yeah. And that's so annoying, but this is Spursy all over. Chang, do you agree, or do you think Villa are going to win it?
I have the same scoreline as you, Miss Kate, but I'm going for a Villa win instead. It's going to be 3-1 to Villa. I'm actually secretly hoping that the likes of Olise and Eberiche Eze, they don't have a good end to the season for them, just so that maybe their price might be lowered that little more for us to take them off Palace's hands. So I'm secretly hoping for Villa to do us a favor by winning that match by 3-1.
Oh, Chang, you've got a challenge here. I have a friendly challenge for you. If Arsenal beat Spurs home and away next season, you have to wear an Arsenal shirt live. No. If Spurs beat Arsenal home and away, he will wear a Spurs shirt. How will we know you're wearing a Spurs shirt, though?
No, Chang, don't do it, mate. Don't
ever do it. Never.
No.
I am going to go with professional advice from Mr. Nicholas Barry Collison, who has been on multiple We Are Tottenham TV live watch-along screenings, and take his advice to not take up this challenge unless we actually lift a title. If we lift the title, you can get me to wear whatever you want, but not on this channel. Not on this channel. Not on any other Spurs channel. Maybe your own private show or whatever. But that's only if we win the title.
There is no bet on this planet, right? How much, if it was 1,000,000% in my favour, would I bet to wear an Arsenal shirt?
No, mate. It would burn my skin. I know it.
I wouldn't fulfil the bet because I'd never wear one, so I wouldn't fulfil the bet.
Yeah. No. Look, he's saying, Chang, don't let them influence you. Big up, Steve D. Hope you're well, sir. Good to see you. Chang would never put that dirt next to my skin. Don't do it. No, Chang. Don't do it. Nick, what do you see Palace Villa?
I think Villa don't need to really do anything. They haven't really turned up or had to do a lot in the last few weeks. Let's be honest. I think they could have, that Liverpool game the other night could have been 6-3 either way. But I think Palace with Elise and Eze are just gonna cause mayhem, and it's gonna be 2-0 Palace.
Oh, Ellie, do you agree, or are you going with Chang? Do you fancy Villa to win?
Well, for all our Greek viewers, Aston Villos, that's just for our Greek viewers, if we've got any. But I think Crystal Palace, they've won 6 out of 7, I believe. 6 out of 7 since Glasner took over, and the only match he lost was against us. And we weren't that impressive against Palace. They scored first, if you remember. Eze scored that fantastic free kick. I just think Palace might want to go out on a bang as well, right? And I think Mateta, he's another one I like. He's a big lad, and he puts himself about, and he can score goals. And then they got Jeffrey Schlupp as well, who's a very decent player, apart from Eze and Elise, who we've got one eye on, or 2 eyes on. So I'm predicting a 3-1 win to Palace.
3-1 win, same as what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Aston Villa have made Champions League now, so they'll take their foot off the gas. Yeah, there you go. That's Aston Villos again for our Greek viewers.
Someone said on here, on Twitter, I don't know if this is true, that Jedinak has been told by Postecoglou that he doesn't want him as a set-piece coach anymore, but I can't find anything to back it up.
Oh, okay. Well, he didn't do a good job, so I'm not surprised.
No, we'll see. But I don't know if it's a rumour or if somebody's got some inside info. Big up, Rodney. Good to see you, sir. Did Ellie just say she likes Arteta? Did she? Paul says,
say?
Kate, if Chang won the bet, I would come on your show and wear a Spurs shirt. See, no con going on here, but I respect you guys. Don't want to wear an Arsenal top. Never know. You might like it. I don't know. I know.
Paul,
You
let me
never
tell you
like
something.
it.
Paul, let me tell you something,
Never.
right? If someone said to me, you can win 100 million on the Euros, but you had to support Arsenal, I would say no, thank you.
No.
I could not.
Yeah.
I could not support Arsenal, not for anything. It just wouldn't happen. I'm Spurs. You cut me, I bleed blue. Never ever.
And
It's
that
so-
right there, and that right there is a man with principles, and you have to respect and honor that.
just
Big up,
wouldn't happen.
Jimbo.
Jimbo
Um,
Pacino. Jimbo
Good afternoon,
Pacino.
Jess. Congratulations to Leeds. They're on their way to Wembley, I believe. So big up to you all.
Leeds United.
Ben says, fully Angie, if that's true, Jed and that cost us fourth. That's what the rumour is. Is that a new tattoo, Jimbo, the legend?
Yeah. Come
It
on.
is there. It looks like a proper hoodlum now. Hi, Jess. Good result for us last night. Yeah, Jess is over the moon. Jimbo, don't be like that, says Paul.
Paul, just couldn't happen because it's just my blood is Tottenham, and I just couldn't do it because it would be a lie, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Jim, but do you not think you could get the 100 million, then you could go and have your brain like the old Men in Black, and then you'd forget.
Rewired.
Yeah,
they'd have to find his. They'd have to find his brain first.
Buy a shirt, just go and just do it. Get the money. Go and book yourself in 5 minutes later. Get the old, and then that's it. You don't remember you got 100 million.
I can't even touch an Arsenal shirt, let alone wear one.
No, I'm not saying that you would, but I'm just saying if there was a choice and like red pill, blue pill, and you go right, I'm going to take the 100 million, but before you do that, you go and book yourself in to get your memory wiped, then that's fine, no?
Yeah. Do you know, I've got a funny story about Arsenal shirts. Do you want to hear it?
Oh,
Go on then.
Right. So I was in Sports Direct in Chelmsford, and they had the Arsenal shirts above the Tottenham shirts. So I switched them.
Is that
it?
it?
Tottenham shirts on top.
I was waiting for something really
on top of us. Get lost. And I told the manager that I did it.
India.
Eddie's picture now is up in every Sports Direct in the whole of the country. Like pub watch. Ellie is up in the back.
This is what happens when you're a Spurs fan, India, and you pull your hair out. That's why it's getting shorter by the day. That's what it is. Thank you very much. It is a decent panel today. I'll let them off. They're quite good. Big up, Ren. No, I haven't got anything red, even though people think my pink jumper's red. It's not.
100 you got million. Red lipstick, you got red glasses, you got red top. I mean, Kate, come on, don't be that. Oh, what, like your top? Like that
they're
top?
Purple.
Yeah?
They're actually purple, not pink.
It's nearer to red than blue and white, though, Kate.
Yeah, but the only thing I've got that's red is I have got red knickers, but that's for Jim's benefit, not mine.
I don't think these people understand. I could not support Arsenal. I just could not do it. You could give me 500 million. I couldn't do it. It won't never, ever, ever happen. I'm happy with my life as it is, so I would rather support Tottenham and have my life as it is.
Tottenham through and through. We're Tottenham till we die. We're Tottenham till we die. We know we are. We're Tottenham till we die.
There we go. Coming to you first, Jimbo. Liverpool Wolves. How do you see this one going?
Come on.
I think they're going to have to go out with a bang, ain't they, Liverpool, for Klopp. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Liverpool.
Oh, yes, his last ever Liverpool goal. I forgot that. 3-1 to Liverpool.
I just don't watch football anymore.
Yeah, there is that. Chang, Liverpool. How do you see it going?
I'm going to go for 3 for Liverpool as well, but I'm going to give Wolves the benefit that they might score 1. So I'm going to go for 3-1.
Is that what you said, Jimbo? 3-1.
Yeah, Liverpool 3-1. Yeah.
Okay. Nick.
Me and Chang are here. We're together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Liverpool, like you say, it's Klopp's last game, but they can't defend for toffee. Excuse the pun. So I think for me they're gonna win, but I think it's gonna be 3-2.
3-2 for Nick. Ellie.
I'm on the battering side. I reckon Liverpool are going to go out with a massive bang just for Klopp's sake, and they're going to score 5-1 to Liverpool, right? And I really do believe that, because I think they're just going to go for it. And all those missed chances they've done in the other matches, you saw them, everybody. They missed a hatful of chances in every game they played that they drew or lost. Yeah, so I'm thinking they want to send Klopp out to Germany on a bang. 5-1 to Liverpool. Come on, Liverpool. My second
Bloody hell,
team.
Ben's going 5-4. I've gone for a 2-1 for Liverpool because I think it's going to be tight, but we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I kind of hope that they get smashed up on his last game. I can't lie, even though he's been great for them and good for the Premier League and all that crap. I really hope Liverpool lose, but there you go.
You're talking about him. He's on the TV now.
Is he gurning?
No, yeah, he's doing an interview.
He does his mouth like this, doesn't he?
I know, he's strange. Luton Fulham, Ellie. How'd you see this one going?
Luton Fulham.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because Luton are like down, aren't they? Well, literally down. So I win. Do you know their under-21s beat us 4-0 yesterday, the sods?
Yep.
What's in their team, Fulham? They keep on getting these shock results. I think it'll be 2-1 to Fulham, right? Because they have got more kudos than Luton. Yeah, they're a better team. Yeah, 2-1 though.
Nick, what do you fancy?
It's going to be a Desmond 2-2.
Oh.
Desmond Tutu.
I'm gutted. I am really gutted that Fulham are going down. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit disappointed.
Luton.
Yeah.
Luton.
That's what I said.
No, you said Fulham.
No, you said Fulham, Dan.
Oh my God, my brain said Luton and my mouth said Fulham. What is going on? How does that even happen?
That's
a woman. That's a woman's
because you're
brain.
Kate.
It's called woman.
It's called Kate.
It's called blonde. That's what it is.
Hey, what it says is, what a woman's brain says, I'm going to do these jobs, but my mouth is going to say that my husband's going to do these jobs. It's like the same thing. I'm going to do this, but Nick ends up doing it. It's crazy.
Or her mouth says, I'm going shopping with my husband's credit card.
Are you sure I said Fulham? Did I really?
Yeah, you did.
I thought I actually said Luton. Oh, I don't know what's going on in my brain. It's Friday. Chang, what do you think is going to happen in this game?
It's going to be a close and tightly contested affair, but I think Fulham have too much in the way of losing to Luton, despite Luton needing a result here. I'm going for Fulham 2, Luton 1.
Okay. And Jimbo?
I'm not sure. I don't know if Luton will be down in the dumps and it's going to affect them. I'm gutted they've gone down as well. I'm going to go for a 2-2.
Same as Nick. Oh well, I'm going controversial. I'm going 3-2 to Fulham for them to go out with a bang. They're good at home, so yeah, I'm going 3-2 because I want them to win.
Well, Fulham are not
do you mean Luton again, Kate? Luton are at home, so do you mean Luton 3-2?
Did I say Fulham? Stop it! You're winding me up.
No,
you said Fulham. Oh my God!
Oh, I think
I'm going to be. You'll be saying is your red knickers are on your head.
What's going on with my brain today? I swear I said Fulham. Oh my God!
And earlier you said you're going to give me sex tonight. Do you remember that?
No, I definitely did say that. I don't know, but I'm going 3-2 to Luton.
He's going to give you a sock tonight. A sock in
the
face.
That's what it was. Man City, West Ham, Jimbo. Obviously, quite title decider and all that malarkey.
City are going to go out with an absolute flyer, and I'm going to go City 4-0. There's no way City are losing this and losing the title. No way. I don't give a shit what West Ham turn up. City are going to batter them.
Wow. Indian Gooners living on hopium here and saying 1-1. Chang, what do you see? Do you think City are going to smash West Ham? Did I say that right? Yeah, City smash West Ham.
I have the exact same prediction as Mr. Boxall. I'm also going for a 4-0 win for City. I feel they have far too much quality to be falling short at this crucial juncture of the season, especially when it's the last game of the season to be, to be had. And I can only see Erling Haaland, maybe even De Bruyne, maybe even there's so much quality there, but yeah, I can only see them. Gvardiol, you name it, they have goals in every single department. You never know. Maybe Stefan Ortega might even wind up with a taken penalty himself, seeing as how he got man of the match coming on as a substitute against us. So you never write City off, and it's gonna be just an absolute annihilation of West Ham. So it's gonna be a 4-0 win for City.
Interesting. Can you imagine if City go 1-0 down? The bums will be squeaking.
Well, I'm just about to say it. So 2 years ago, City were 2-0 down on the final day against Villa, and they scored 3 goals in 5 minutes to turn it around and win the title. I can see it being very similar. West Ham get the lead. Arsenal are winning at home with like 25 minutes to go. And all the Gooners are literally coming out of. They've got everything ready. They've got the memes ready. They've got everything ready. And I don't think it's going to be an Aguero moment and be that late. But I do think that City will then come through and just win. I think they're going to be 3-1. So look, I just think that there's still going to be a bit. There'll be a bit of drama, but I don't think it'll just be half time, it's done and dusted, 3-0 City. So I think, 3-1, but West Ham will probably score first. And then Arsenal will be leading, and then everyone will be getting excited. The other thing, which would be even better, is City actually lose. Arsenal are winning, and then
they lose.
Everton score right in injury time. That could be that could be even funnier, right? So
yes. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Oh my God.
Do you know what? I'm nervous. I'm nervous for it. I'm not going to lie. But City should do the job. Ellie, what do you think? Do you think it'll be easy?
Yeah, I'm nervous as well, Kate. I'm with you on that one because, it's squeaky bum time for all the players. There's 11 players for Arsenal starting, 11 players for Man City. They'll all be nervous at the beginning of the game, and that's when you tend to take your eye off the ball. Right, and I think maybe West Ham will score first, because they've got they spoil a lot of parties. West Ham, there's party poopers. They did it to us at Lasagna Gate. They did it at Man United as well, right? So they know they've got a hard task, but I reckon Man City will come through eventually. But I don't think it's going to be that much. I reckon it'll be. No, I'm going to say 3-1 to Man City because I think they got 3 goals. And I'm sure Haaland will score a hat-trick.
That's a good point. As well as Moyes' last game, players will be up for it, especially Antonio. I still think don't matter if they're up for it or not. I've done City 5-2. I think there may be a West Ham lead and all the Gooners will be having premature celebrations and, tissues going everywhere and they'll be wetting themselves, giving it large, and then it'll all go Pete Tong. That's what I really hope happens.
Yeah.
But, I'm going 5-2.
Tissues, they got to see Bobby Kay, haven't they?
Exactly. And then we've got the most important game of the weekend, obviously. Sheffield United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Ellie, how do you see this one going?
Tottenham Hotspur. Right. In the cupboard for Tottenham. I had to get that one in. Right. Notoriously, we don't do that well at Sheffield United, apart from when Nottm Forest scored that worldie and then did nothing else for the rest of his whole football career. Right. It's a hard ground, Bramall Lane. They're really passionate supporters up in Sheffield, and I'm sure they'll want to go out in a bang. So I'm saying we're not going to find it easy, but I think we will get the win over the line, just about. I think it'll be 2-1 to Tottenham.
2-1, says the Queen. Nick, please tell me you think we're going to absolutely batter them.
Well, all these teams that we always sit there and we go, it's going to be 4-0 Spurs, 5-0 Spurs. I think after what we saw against Manchester City And what we've seen for the past, well, since the turn of the year or the last 27 games or whatever nonsense where we're in 16th place in the form table, I just think we just need to go out on a bang and it'll put everyone in a better mood going into the summer. So I'm going to say 4-1 Spurs.
Whoa,
Wow.
Nick.
Nick's going
Put it
big.
out
Go
there.
large or go home.
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree. If we play like we played in the second half against City, that was it. Or was it the first half?
Look, it's Maddison hasn't gone through a season without scoring a free kick. So, and we said at the start of the season, we can't wait for Maddison to put one top bins.
Yeah.
You know, everything that's happened, and just needs to be our perfect game, and we just need to go out on a high. You know, we went there obviously and lost in the FA Cup and nonsense and everything else before. And we've not, like you said, we've not got a great record. I just think now's the time to just do you know, everything comes to fruition. End of the season, let's be positive and let's go out on a high.
Big
That's
up
a
Hotspur
big
Hippie.
Wow.
Says
Go
8-0
on.
to Spurs. I saw Gaza score at Bramall Lane. Happy days. Oh, to have Gaza back in the squad would be rather nice. Chang, do you see Spurs scraping a win, losing, drawing? How do you see it going?
I see us scraping a win, and I've actually gone with the same prediction as Queen Elly. I've also gone for a 2-1 win, although I still feel that we have us to be conceding first yet again. I think it's something like we have conceded first for like 8 consecutive games now with the Man City result. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if we do concede for the 9th consecutive game first against United. But we should have enough to get us through over the line, even if it's just a draw, but I'm still backing us to get a win. I really do hope Sonny gets 1 goal to make up for his missed one-on-one against Stefan Ortega. Hopefully 1 goal as well for either Kulusevski or Brennan Johnson or even Maddison, as what you rightly alluded to. He really needs to get going again. Even if it's only on the last day of the season or rather last week of the season, a good will do his confidence lots of good going into pre-season for next summer. So I'm expecting Spurs to win by 2-1 and possibly Son and Maddison to be on the score sheet.
Excellent. Jimbo? You were going to say 4-0 or something ridiculous?
I'm going to go 4-0. Right.
6-0 Spurs.
4-0 to the Tottenham. 4-0.
We're going to end the season with a clean sheet. Where it's going to be a nice 4-0, and we're all going to be happy, and we're all going to be buzzed for the pre-season. And
we won't all be happy. That's never going to happen, Jim. The Tottenham fan base will never all be happy, ever.
If we win 4-0, they'll be happy.
They won't.
No, Jim, because we should. No, because what the story will say, Jim, is we will win 4-0, but we should have won 8-0 or something crazy like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to go 4-0, and we're going to finish with a clean sheet, and it's just going to be a nice, fantastic game, and I'm going to be here with a big smile on my face.
And then he'll wake up. I'm going to go with a typical Spursy 1-1 draw. That's what I'm going to go for. But we only need a point. Sorry, we only need a point. So you know, I'm too scarred to go for the win. I'm too scarred. So, question here from Gunnar Paul says, "Who's been your player of the season for Spurs this year? Van der Ven, Porro, Romero, Jimbo." I'm going to go to you first.
I'm going to say, I think earlier in the season I would have gone with Vic, but I'm going to go with Van der Ven because I think he's been a revelation. And when I watched him in the first half against Arsenal, he was for me the one that stood out, and we was 3-0 down. And I just think that the man's a phenomenal player. He's someone had 3 yards on him, one of their strikers, and he caught him up and took the ball off him like they were nothing. And I just think that he's going to be such a massive player for us going forward. So VDV.
Yeah. So Van der Ven for Jimbo. Chang, do you agree, or is it someone different?
Couldn't agree more with Mr. James there. Van der Ven for me has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, if you just take into account the number of last-ditch tackles that he has put in, this season alone, I think he's saved us from countless many other defeats if it wasn't for his defending. And I mean, you just have to look at his goals as well. The screamer that he scored, I think was it against Villa or was it against Burnley, from a corner from just outside that penalty box to put us back in the driving seat, as well as the winner. Let's not forget, Van der Ven scored the winner against Burnley just only last Saturday, so that's got to count massively in his favor. And I think it's no surprise as well that he's won Player of the Season awards in last that was announced in our penultimate home league game last weekend. So yeah, Van der Ven gets my vote as our Player of the Season.
Nick, do you agree, or are you going someone different?
Well, it's Emerson Royale, no? He's been our Player of the Year.
He's flopping season.
No, look. I think. I mean, he had Haaland in his pocket. Just saying. What? I mean, look. I think for me, special mentions. I guess Porro's come on from an attacking point of view. Defending, he still can't defend for me. Romero, obviously, from his disciplinary at the start of the season to the end, he's done better. I still think that when he flies into tackles, he looks like he wants to hurt people, and he's got that reckless side of him, which I think we need to, which we do need to keep. But yeah, look, I mean, I was surprised as anyone when we didn't see Heung-min Son being given the players of the season, because obviously he's got it for the last few seasons, but Mickey van der Ven, look, he was one of the last signings. Everyone wanted Tap Sober, or a lot of people wanted Tap Sober over him. He's come in, he's shown maturity, over his years. He's like I mean, look, the way that he's built and the way that he is, it's like a Jan Vertonghen 2.0. And I just hope that wherever he plays, if that's on the left or that's on the right, in the middle, as long as he can stay fit next season, he's going to be an absolute beast for us. I don't see how you can look at a side of Van der Ven. And also, I guess the only other person, I guess, in terms of special mentions, I think is Pat Mate Sarr, just purely because I think everyone thought that he wasn't going to be the player that was going to be the, necessarily the first choice in that midfield. And I think he showed again maturity beyond his years. Went to the AFCON and came back and didn't falter, didn't lose form, always gave everything. And I thought when he wasn't on the pitch, we looked a little bit. We looked a little bit light in terms of the energy that was on the pitch. So, but yeah, Van der Ven for me is every other, when you talk about it, and I've seen it in the chat, when you talk to other fans and everything else, regardless of the rivalry, they're like, that Mickey van der Ven's a player. So
yeah. Ellie, are you in agreement, or you've got? Please don't say Højbjerg, or I will boot you.
I was going to pull out the shirt, but I left it downstairs.
Thank God for that.
I've got my finger on the button, Kate.
Right. Anyway, obviously not Højbjerg, but he's a fantastic player regardless. I must add that. Right. And he's lovely as well to talk to. He's bloody lovely. Right. No, but I'm going to go something different, right? Because I like to be different, right? I'm going to give it to Romero. And the reason why I'm going to give it to Romero, because he's really stepped up with the aggression part of his game. And he's been listening and learning from Big Ange, who never hardly loses his cool, apart from when we played Chelsea, and a little bit against Arsenal, but not that much. And I think that he's been fantastic defensively, because I'm thinking, right, if you take away Van der Ven's pace, I think Romero's a better defender all round. He's better in aerial duels. He's better all round defender. He's got better stats to prove it. And when I look with my eyes as well, because you watch football with your eyes, people, right? Stats are very good to guide you, but if you look at the stats of Dembele, for example, you'd think he was a shit player. But he wasn't, was he? He was a
No.
fabulous footballer. And same with Romero. Like, he's got very good stats to back him up. But I just think he's like a submarine. He sniffs out danger, and he really does work for the team. The only thing that I think is lacking with him is when he doesn't pass quick enough. Yeah, like he holds on to the ball a bit too long. So come on, Romero, because people are making runs. But I'm going to give it to Romero because I think he's turned his season around. He scored more goals than Van de Ven as well. So there's another stat that he's up on Van de Ven. And remember that screamer he scored? What a goal. Flipping brilliant. I think because of his heart and he plays for us and the way he is around the pitch, you know, and the way he celebrates. And when he done that thing with Vicario the other day, when he got it off the line against Burnley. I love that passion, you know. It's like that Latino passion. Yes. You know,
this is brilliant. This comment is brilliant, by the way.
Ellie, football is watched with your eyes. Also, Pierre is a fantastic player.
Yeah, because he is.
He's not, Ellie. He's dog shit.
In my eyes, it's like, you know, when you say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There you go.
Yeah, but Ellie, I think you're probably one of the only people on the planet that can see any beauty in Pierre. He's shit.
Nah, there's loads of fans who love him. Look on Instagram.
Well, let him go and love him somewhere else.
Yeah, let him go and love him when he plays for bloody Watford or wherever he's going to go.
I think he's a very good player. You know, you just don't appreciate him because you don't watch him like I do.
Yeah, I'll watch him give the ball away and fall over, the silly bastard.
Yeah, but Maddison gives the ball away. Why don't you criticise him?
Oh, I do. I do criticise Madders.
He gives the ball away more.
Anyone who scores an own goal against Arsenal for me has got to go.
Yeah, exactly. The own goal against Arsenal was unforgivable. Get out of my club.
I had a word with his ear and I chewed his ear off.
Good.
Not to say anything negative, but didn't Romero score an own goal against Woolwich as well earlier this season?
Yes, you see. And Van de Ven scored 2 own goals.
Yeah, but he does so much positive stuff, whereas Højbjerg doesn't.
Yes, he does. Of course he does.
He don't know.
He expands the play very, very well.
Sideways.
That's why.
He's had to play a different system. He doesn't like moving the ball quickly. He's a very intelligent footballer.
He's the one who every time he started, we've lost. So I don't need to say nothing else.
All right, you say that. We got Champions League with him and Europa. What have we done this season? We're going to get Europa, aren't we? But we haven't made Champions League without him.
Yeah.
See?
Big up.
Beyond 17, you spelled his name wrong. His name is Emma Goat. So please.
Emma Goat,
yeah.
You're going to write his name.
Emma Goat. I support Højbjerg. Everybody's got players they love, isn't it?
My wardrobe moves better than P.
No, it doesn't, truth hurts. Shush. Go away.
I am got to say, I'm going to be really boring and say Van de Ven as well. I just think he's probably the best signing we've made for years and years and years, and I just hope we keep him because there's going to be people sniffing around him left, right, and centre. So,
Romero.
I hope we keep him. Maddison rolls around every 5 minutes like a pig in shit. Yeah, I agree. PH is as good as the Brazilian we have that's leaving. What Richarlison?
Yeah, Richarlison's leaving.
Lee Smith and Smith.
Bye. Shut the door on the way out.
I think Pierre's staying.
Don't say that, Ellie. I might change my colours. Oh my God, don't. Chang, what does this mean? Slamat Petang Chang.
So this means good evening in Malay. I believe Mr. Paul Hosper Hippie is greeting me in the Malay language, which is the national language here in Malaysia. So he's saying Selamat Petang, which means good evening.
Okay, thank you.
And to all those Arsenal fans, that also means good evening. So.
Yeah. Tequila said, would we sell Van de Ven for 100 million?
I wouldn't sell him for 500 million.
Levy would.
Yeah, Levy would. But I wouldn't sell him because you've got to replace him. And how do you replace him? Because he's 21. Imagine what he's going to be like in 4 years.
Yeah.
There's nobody else with his pace apart from Carl Walker.
If we want to build a winning team, Kate, right, and we want to start challenging Arsenal, City, Chelsea are going to be up there. Villa, we need to keep players like Van der Ven. Otherwise, there's no point. If we start selling our Van der Vens, what's the point?
He's making a very good. He's developing a very good partnership with Romero as well. I see Toby and Jan 2.0 developing, so I wouldn't sell him. Not in a million years.
And they're better looking as well. Together, they're better looking. Yeah.
Look, Gunnar Paul coming in with El Neni is better than Pierre, and I'm not a fan of El Neni.
Boo! El Neni's not as good as Pierre. Boo.
Truth says with Benny going, I think Pierre will stay. Oh my Christ!
Yes.
He won't stay. He won't stay.
We'll get Champions League with Pierre.
Bentancur's going, is he?
Well, that's the rumour.
What? Because he kicked that seat and probably lost half a week's wages for it.
I don't know why, but that's the rumour that he's going.
Do you know what I mean? I don't mind that passion. I think he was playing really well, and do you know what? I'd like to see that much better than the rest of them who come off and just go give a little weak high five and then just go and sit down in the chair. At least he showed some passion.
Yeah, Van der Ven for 100 million in this market will get you nothing. Keep him. Can Van der Ven play as a DM? I think he can. Well, I'd rather just get a DM.
Though. The cost of players have come down, so 100 million will get you a lot.
Yeah.
It won't get you 7 players like it did for Bale, Ellie. Come on, it might do. It'll get you 7
We
crap
bought
ones,
7 crap players.
Ellie going to die on that Pierre Hill. Fair play to her. 100% keep Pierre, build round him, make him the centre of the team. Piss off, Paul.
Yes.
You know he's shit when the rivals want him to stay.
Him and Bentancur got us Champions League football in a 2-man
Oh, Ellie,
midfield.
Stop. Please, stop.
In a 2-man midfield under Conte. Come on.
He will never play for Spurs again. Let's hope not.
Who's that? Pierre, or who's he talking about?
Oh, no, he means Bentancur because he said there was a fight with Bentancur and Romero. Obviously, talking about the game this weekend, Nick, I'm going to ask you, who do you think he's going to start this weekend? Do you see it being the same team that started against City? Because it worked for me.
Yeah, Maddison was in that false 9 because I was in a bit like, what you was thinking, where's he going to play? What's he going to do? Are we going to go more 5-3-2 or what we're going to look like? I think it'd be the same team that played that started against City. Although if these rumours about Bentancur are to be believed, then that decision will be key, and obviously then everyone will start going, oh, well, Bentancur because of what happened at the City game, blah blah blah. But yeah, I think, look, we've learnt with Ange that he'll do what he wants. He won't change for anyone, and he won't listen to whatever's being listened to in the background. So, I think he'll pick the same team, and we haven't really got anyone else, have we? I mean, you argue that who else is going to come on? Is he going to start Emerson for his last game? No. Andy's going to go out to win it. Cantab, Gio's a doubt because he's going and he's coming to the summer and he wants to be fit for Argentina. So no shot there from Lo Celso. But ridiculous. No, I think it's I think it'd be the same. I can't see anyone unless you're going to put Sarr instead of Bentancur. I don't really think there'll be a change.
Oh yeah, got a minor knee injury. Yeah. Anyone see any difference in the team starting 11?
No.
No.
I know. I think
he might put Skip in the middle. You might.
I don't know where this Benny rumour come from. I did see it on the telly, but I don't know exactly where it started.
What did he have a fight with?
Probably in here.
No, I heard the Benny
on YouTube. Someone said it, and now it's gospel. And they had to prove to themselves that they were right and everyone else was wrong. So they someone said it, and that was it. So it's gospel now.
Does Jim hate money?
I actually had a comment to make about our starting 11 against Sheffield, and I believe Jose has just posted exactly what I was about to say. If you just scroll down 2 messages, Miss Kate, this is the one. This is the one that I was about to mention earlier. I think Højbjerg gave the ball away far too much. I mean, if you remember that first half, the Foden chance that Vicario stopped with an outstretched hand that was for the cameras, that was from Højbjerg's giveaway in our own penalty box, and that should never be happening. Not against a top side like City, not against good oppositions. And I mean, I can see more of the same away at Sheffield. But again, I will leave this up to Big Ange to select our team, and whatever team he puts up, whatever players take to the pitch wearing lily white, I will support them to the very end.
Yeah, Jose, I agree completely with that.
I fed him the other day as well.
Did Jimbo get a Spurs tattoo on his hand? Jimbo! Jimbo!
Sorry, Amelia was making me laugh.
Show your tat.
Get your tat's out. Yeah.
Get your cock out, Jim.
Yeah.
Get your cock out for the lads.
Get your cock
out for them.
Do you know what? Has no one actually thought of what could happen on Sunday? We could play in that horrible brown kit that we always lose.
Oh, no. Don't, Nick.
Because we won't play in the white. Because when we played Brentford, we played in the away kit, didn't we? So let's hope we're playing in the away kit and not the third kit.
Oh, my Christ. We've not won in that kit, have we?
No.
Oh, don't. Why did you have to say that, Nick? I'm still trying to find out if there's any update on the press conference.
Because I'd like to bring some balance. You know, I'd like to bring some balance.
Thanks.
And I'd like to prove that I'm right because, I
want to bring balance to the Højbjerg. Because Højbjerg done so many...
Please.
You can't time me out. You can't time...
Yeah, we can.
I can
do it anytime I like. Jim's actually got on the back of that shirt, Jim and Kate 13, because I bought it for him on our 13th wedding anniversary, because that's how soppy I am. Justice for Elly and Chipberg, says Leo.
Justice for Elly.
Oh yeah, exactly. Not that pooey kit. It is an awful kit. If we get Gallagher in, you'll soon forget about Højbjerg. Please don't let us get Gallagher in either.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
No Chelsea curly-haired mop.
No, Chelsea are never going to sell Gallagher. He's playing too well for him.
Chelsea are selling Gallagher, Jim, 100%.
His hair needs it needs cropping.
Chelsea are selling Gallagher 100%, and 100% he will be at Spurs. That is my.
He's their captain.
No.
Doesn't matter. They need to sell.
Yeah, but they've sold their hotel and training ground.
No. I spoke to a Chelsea fan the other day, and he said he's definitely gone. Gallagher's definitely gone.
Yeah, Mark CFC says he's definitely selling him. I don't want him. I don't know if anyone does, but I bloody well don't.
I want him over Højbjerg.
Yeah, I do. No. I want my dog over Højbjerg.
No,
I like Gallagher. Every time I watch him, I like him. I do. I can't help it. I think he's a good player.
He's rubbish compared to Højbjerg.
He's better than fucking Højbjerg.
No, he ain't.
Oh, he's not the club captain. He is better. Thank you. He is club. He's not club captain. I thought he was.
He's the
Jose says, Elly, enough. We have seen with our own eyes that when I'm going to mute you. We've seen with our own eyes when the number 5 dies and offers, hang your shirt up, number 5. The door's firmly open for you to leave. He's dog shit. He is absolutely awful in this system.
I'm going to one.
With Europa League, Chelsea may be able to keep Gallagher. There you go. Gallagher would be 100% profit. He's from the academy. Didn't sign a new contract. Only got a year left. Yep, Gallagher.
I'm a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Amelia just asked me to tell you she's got 2 letters.
What, for me?
I know, for her.
Oh, I hope they're not bloody parking. I hope they're not speeding tickets or anything. Last time she got really excited in media because she got a letter and it was a fine because she hadn't played the Dartford Tunnel fee. Gio's only played 7 full 90-minute games since he joined us. Is that true? That's
Rubbish,
outrageous.
And
I
you're
didn't even
worried
think
about
it was that
Højbjerg.
many. I didn't think it was that many.
No to Gallagher, that's what I say.
Apparently, Ange really wants Gallagher and Ivan Toney.
Rubbish.
Ellie's
And look,
better than
the number two's not been taken, so Porro goes to number 2. Gallagher gets 23.
I do agree with that. I am a better footballer than Højbjerg. Thanks, Ben. Mwah.
You want no, thank you. Gallagher is best in the 8, but we need a real 6, in my opinion, says Harmless Potato. My nan's better than Højbjerg, and she's dead. R.I.P. Nanny Calf. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, big up Nanny Calf, legend. Gallagher will come.
I think what we got to get past to. Look, I think some of them, the Werners, the Johnsons, some of those are not necessarily. They're not necessarily what we need. I think that an Ivan Toney and a Conor Gallagher immediately improve this squad. But people have their opinions. They'll say the attitude's not there with Toney. Look what he did to Brentford. But again, if the rumours are the price tags dropped considerably to about 40 million, so we can send Højbjerg the other way and give him 40 million. I'll be ecstatic with that.
Yeah, he might go to Brentford, because if Thomas Frank stays there, he's Danish as well. Yeah.
So look, so I think there's that. Gallagher, I think I guess it all depends on if this Bentancur thing's true. If Bentancur goes, then if Højbjerg's going, Bentancur going, we're going to have to get someone that goes in there. And I'm with Jim a little bit. I don't think he's actually that bad. And I think we need to stop this. It's not a case of Ange wants him, I want him, but I think that he improves that squad. And if it's only a couple of years ago when he was, he can play in the 8 and in the 6, and when he was in the 8 at Palace, he was fantastic, and he runs.
To be fair,
he runs.
He's
and
not
he
a good
works.
player though. I don't think he improves.
Let's just see. I mean, I'd take if we get rid of the crap and we sign Toney and Gallagher. We've obviously got Bergvall coming and a few others. I don't think that's the end of the world. But ultimately, we need to upgrade 9 or 10 players, and we're not going to do that in one transfer window.
Exactly.
Sadly.
James asked if we take Gibbs White. I would. I like Gibbs White and I like Hudson-Odoi. I like them both. To be fair,
good as well. Jacob Ramsey and that what's his name? Imolo. He was at QPR. His name begins with I. Immobilia or something like that. He's a very talented footballer, and he's just broken into the Aston Villa team, and you can see he's got skill, the boy, and he was really good at QPR as well, because I was watching him with Theo, and I said, he's a decent player. He's really, really good. He's technically brilliant.
Oh my God, I've got to play this video. Hang on one second. Big up to Ben for sharing this.
I know which one's coming.
Let me share my screen. This one, share. Ben does love a video, bless him. Let's have a little watch of this.
Oh God, Emerson Royal.
I love you.
Oh my God. I like the massage. The massage on the shoulder.
Look at him with that shirt.
You see, I get all the grief for Højbjerg, and he doesn't get any grief. He just gets.
I'll tell you what. I don't know what size his shirt is. No, I'm definitely not going to fit into it soon.
To be fair, Ellie, Emerson, when he has come on, has done better than when Højbjerg has done when he's come on.
No, he hasn't. No
I
way.
think he has. I think he has.
It's rubbish. Like Højbjerg against Manchester City was fabulous. Against Sheffield United, he was fabulous. against Arsenal away. He was fabulous. What play are you watching, Kate? Come on.
I'm watching that gonk called Højbjerg.
He's
Donkey.
fabulous.
Do you know what, Kate? It'd be better as a
better off the
donk at
bench,
Christmas,
though.
by under your Christmas tree,
Do you
wouldn't
know
he?
what? Do you know what? I cannot wait.
I'm his PR
I cannot
lady.
wait for this season to end to get rid of Højbjerg so we don't have to mention his name next season.
Boom!
Yes, Jimbo. Yes,
Jimbo.
yes, Jimbo Pacino. We concur.
Boom.
I think we're all in agreement that City are going to win the league because we've all predicted them to win. Chang, who do you see getting 5th, 6th, 7th? Do you see Tottenham holding on, or do you see Chelsea nicking it? What do you say? I know we've done predictions, but I'm still going to do it.
I'm definitely hoping for Spurs to hold on to 5th. I honestly can't bear to think that we might even lose out on 5th on the last day of the season. That would be so. I don't want to use that term. I hate using that term, but it's going to be so. You know what term I'm going to use if we do lose out. So I think it's just going to maintain 5th, 6th, and 7th will retain their positions come end of the season. On Sunday night, Spurs will finish 5th. Chelsea are going to remain 6th, and Newcastle United just might pip United to 7th. That's how I'm feeling. That's the feeling I'm getting anyway, based on everything leading up to Sunday.
Yeah. Jimbo, do you think we're going to hang on to 5th? Do you see Chelsea getting 6th? Is that how you see it finishing?
Yeah, Tottenham 5th, Chelsea 6th, Newcastle. I think Newcastle. Yeah, will pip 7th, Manchester United 8th.
Yeah, Nick, do you agree?
Yeah, well, obviously I remembered what I predicted. So if you lot don't remember what you predicted, then
I did. Yeah.
Then you might be in a bit of trouble with you did it. So yeah, look, I think it stays the same. Tottenham win, Chelsea win, and I think I've said Newcastle and United lose, and it stays as it is. So yeah, I think there's no real changes there. The bottom's done, the top's done. No one else can move and go in the way that they can go. So
according to Ben, Luton are staying up because they're winning 20-0.
Yeah, but Ben also said about 3 messages later, don't listen to my predictions. So
Ellie, do you agree?
Yeah, I think it stays the same because we only need a draw really to seal it. We can't cock this one up. Come on, we've cocked so much up this season. We can't cock this one up again. It's going to be tragic if we cock it up. Right? It's like when we lost 5-1 to Newcastle, and we finished 3rd in the 2-horse race. I don't like to bring that up because obviously Arsenal pipped us that time.
Yeah, that was
the last time I think they finished above us before we dominated North London. But the thing is, no, I think Manchester United won't want Conference League, so I think they'll make a play to lose. I can't, because they're such an aristocratic club. They'll think they're far too good to play in the Conference League. They won't want it. But Newcastle, I think they'll go for it. Not that Newcastle are a lesser club, but in terms of trophy winning, Manchester United are like they're up there with Liverpool, aren't they? Creme de la creme. So I think it will stay the same. Yeah.
Newcastle have scored more goals than us, but they've got Isak. He's been scoring for fun, hasn't he? Not loads more than us, but they've scored more than us. I agree. Yeah. I think it stays the same as well. And I think City win the league. I know a lot of people think it's bad for football. I mean, it's not great because they're going to get 4 on the spin. It's never been done. But it all depends what happens with this FFP business as well. Whether they get charged, whether they face any particular action, I can't see it happening. I just don't think they do anything.
Yeah, do you know what, Kate? I want to tell the Arsenal fans in here because I'm not a bitter and twisted guy. If Arsenal win the league, the next stream we're on, I'll be the first one to congratulate them
Yeah,
if they win it,
cool.
they deserve it. And do you know what?
Because
It
they
won't make a
deserve
blind
it.
bit. It won't make a blind bit of difference to my life if they win it. So good luck to them if they win it. That's what I'm going to say. And any Spurs fans don't like me saying that. Tough, I said it.
I respect you for saying it, Jimbo, but I won't be congratulating them.
Oh, I
That's
will.
my-
You're going to come in this room.
That's my own personal
Yeah,
feeling. I won't
the people that
congratulate.
come in this
But I
room.
do
They're nice
respect you
people.
guys for saying it because that's your own personal way.
Yeah,
You know?
the ones that come in here are lovely. I've got no animosity towards them winning it at all, not one bit.
Not me. I don't feel the way some feel. There is lots of Arsenal fans I despise. There's lots of parts about the club I don't like. I don't particularly like their manager, but
Because
if they win it, they bloody well deserve it. No, and if they win it, they deserve it. It's such a hard league to win.
I agree with you on that aspect. If they win it, they deserve it, but I won't be congratulating them.
Ben, Newcastle will not let them both go, and Guimaraes wants to go to Manchester City rather than Arsenal.
Ooh,
yeah,
that'd
he
be
does.
a good addition to their team, won't it? He's a very good player.
Yeah, I agree. North London's red now will always be red because they take back top spot. Ooh. Agree with Kate. City will win the league. Can't see anything with the Chargers. Jim, you're a great man. I said the same when Spurs were battering us season in, season out. What's the point of being bitter about it at the end of the day? It's only football.
Not being bitter.
Like
it's not bitter. It's because you don't want to. I personally, I'm from Tottenham, right? I'm not going to congratulate anybody from Arsenal winning anything. That's my own personal pride. I don't want to congratulate them. I'll say they would deserve it, yeah, because they would have deserved it. But I'm not going to congratulate them. That's just my own thing.
Yeah.
You've been on the Smarties, Jimbo. Who said that? Lee Smith.
I won't congratulate and I won't go mad.
I'm just not a bitter and twisted fan that if Arsenal win it, I ain't man enough to congratulate the people that I like that support Arsenal.
Yeah.
If I don't like someone, I ain't going to congratulate them. If I like someone, I'll congratulate them. As simple as that. I'm not going to be two-faced.
Truth, that's a load of shit. I'm sorry, I've got to call that out. That's shit. Because Jim was a season ticket holder for 25 years. So that's a load of shit.
I'm just not a bit. I'm a football fan. I'm not just a bitter and twisted person. And if I like somebody and they support another club and they win something, I'll congratulate them. I'm a man. I'm not a boy. I'm not a
that insinuates that fans that go are bigger fans than fans that don't go, and that's cobblers. So that's a nonsensical debate.
And also, like you say, Jim. I mean, I'm with Ellie. I'm not going to congratulate it because I'm going to get a load of grief, and I already know it. So I'm just preparing myself.
I'll have a vindaloo.
You know, but like some people said, if you don't know any Arsenal fans, it doesn't affect you, right? But also, if I don't like someone, I don't like someone. It's not because of any other reason apart from I don't like you and I think you're a prick. It's not because you support Arsenal or you're from up north or you're from this country or that country or the colour of the skin is that. If I think you're a prick, then you're a prick. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. It's
I agree.
Life in general, isn't it? If you think someone's a prick, you don't ask them if they're an Arsenal or Chelsea fan.
No, you don't. Oh, who you support, mate? Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right now. No,
it is. I'm sorry, Truth, but it is. It's not different. Just because you go home and away doesn't make it any different.
Yeah, I had a season ticket for 25 years.
So if you don't like it, but it's fact.
You know what, Jim? I wish I didn't go to any of the home and away games this season. Christ, trust me. You know what I mean?
It costs a lot of money. You have to have the money as well, don't you? You have to.
The amount of times in the last few years I've seen us win one away game out of 7. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I understand it. No one's saying your opinion's shit.
I'm not
just saying. You can choose to either be negative or you can choose to either be positive. If you let it affect you, then it's going to affect me. I don't care.
Know what they?
I don't care what people. I don't care as long as the kids and the wife are happy. I'm not going to let anyone else bring me down or affect my mood or affect anything else because. Of anything else. So if they want to be like that, if they want to be mood hoovers, they can suck their own mood in their own room, in their bedroom, with a box of tissues like they do every other night of the week. So it's fine.
Ellie, sometimes it's better putting pride to one side and giving her congratulations. It's a hard pill to swallow, but each to your own. I respect it, especially as we're both on this Pierre train.
Yeah, right. Come on,
Pride goes.
Liverpool, I love you. If you're on the
Yeah, but
Pierre train, you're
Ellie,
on my
what you
train.
don't understand is he's on the Pierre train because Pierre's shit, so he wants us to keep
he's not
it.
doing it because he likes it. He likes him because he wants him
Well,
to stay.
I don't care. Whatever he says, right? It's a subliminal message.
The people, only people who can call others, say others, they're not real Spurs fans are long gone, and that's the founders of Hotspur Cricket Club. Blah, blah, blah. Anthony Clark says football's too expensive to go every weekend these days. Last time I went to an Arsenal game, they were at Highbury. Yeah, it's so expensive.
We take two sports.
Yeah, this is so true, Steve. This is so true.
Each their own. Look, if Ellie tells me, Ellie just told me that she won't congratulate him, right? I'm not saying to Ellie you're wrong. I'm saying that's your choice. It's my choice to be
Same
respectful.
here, like with
It's
men,
my
with
choice
you,
to be
Jimbo.
respectful to the people that I like, and if they support Arsenal, I'll congratulate them because I like them. So I'm not going to just be horrible to them. And if you don't want to congratulate them, that's entirely up to you. But my stance is, I will congratulate the people that I like and support Arsenal, and I won't never waver from that.
It's a rivalry, right? But it's in me, in my heart. I would never congratulate them, but that's my own personal thing. You want to congratulate people you like who are Arsenal fans. That's fair enough. You're a decent bloke, Jimbo Pacino.
I said yesterday, I love football, and for me personally, I think Arsenal have played the best football this season. However, they're not going to win the league, and that's fine with me, and I'm glad. But had they won it, I would have said well done, because in my eyes, if it went by what people deserve by the way they play, plus I find it so unethical of me, who's constantly berated City all season for being cheats. Why am I going to want City to win the league when they're cheats? So it's a real rock and a hard place for me, because I
want Arsenal to win the league.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want our rivals to win, but I don't want cheats to win. So I can't win. I can't win either way.
Okay, ultimately, at the end of it's not a cup competition. It's not a one-game competition. Ultimately, over the course of the whole season, 38 games, the teams finish where they deserve to finish.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if you look at the bottom, Sheffield United and Burnley have been crap. Luton, all right, they played some good football, but they conceded too many goals, and that was their downfall. And the same at the top. We all know the story with what happens with Man City come January. We all know, that Arsenal, like we said, you can't. It would be disingenuous to sit here and say Arsenal have been crap all season, and I wanted them to do all those things. Arsenal have been good. Look, for me in both games, for us, I think we surprised them at the Emirates and got the 2-2 draw. And if we'd have been more clinical at home and didn't concede those goals, I actually thought we were the better team in that North London derby.
We were.
But it comes down to moments. It comes down to chances. It comes down to if that happens, the other thing doesn't happen, right? And it's the same in life. If you don't look both ways when you cross the road, you got more of a chance of getting knocked over, right? So you look both ways when you're crossing the road. But if you live your life worrying about, if that happens, look, none of us know how long we're going to be here. The only thing that's certain is we ain't getting out of here. So if someone wants to enjoy it and someone wants to support the way, if someone wants to congratulate, someone doesn't want to do that, that's fine. But this whole nonsense of I'm right, you're wrong, for me, that's the thing that needs to stop next season.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Nick? The other thing is, right, I watch my wife. I want to say something here as well that I'm very proud of. I'm very proud of my wife. She started this channel, and I think she's done, in a matter of months, she's been on here. She's done absolutely fantastic. I am surprised, not surprised in UK because I know what you're capable of, but how well you've done this channel. You've been fantastic. You've ended up getting on big channels, and a lot of love has been shown to you by other fans. Now, what I just said about Arsenal, I'm going to stick to, and I'll never change. I've seen Arsenal fans give Kate a lot of love. I've seen Gooners in here do super chats. So if they're man enough to do super chats on a Spurs channel, why wouldn't I congratulate them? But Kate, we've made a lot of friends through this channel. Which,
Yeah, massively.
Which I can't thank you enough for. I just want to say that I'm really, really proud of you.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, Jimbo.
And what Jimmy didn't say, because it was the brain and not the mouth, is he blatantly wants it later.
Thank you. That's very sweet. But we are lucky because the rivals we have come in here are always respectful. I love the banter that we have.
Super chats in here. If they're man enough to do super chats, I'm man enough to say congratulations.
Exactly.
Can I say something about Kate as well?
Gold.
Okay, so I thought you were going to say, can I say something about Højbjerg?
No, Højbjerg can do one when Højbjerg can do one when it comes to our Kate, because Kate's much more special than Højbjerg, right? So I love Kate because she's so generous and she's got lots of things that she does so well, and she's very blunt and very to the point, and I like that. She says what she really believes in, right? And she's very honest and fair. And some people, like in the community, like have been really horrible to her, right? But they know who they are, and I think they should really look at the person properly, you know, because I know Kate inside out from just speaking to her in the background, and we've got to know each other really, really well. And I think she's a top lady. She's a top mum as well to a lovely son, and she's a top wife. For first and foremost, you can see the love oozing between Kate and Jim, and it's so entertaining and fun that people tune in from all other channels to watch, and that's because of your relationship, you know. And you're just fun, and you're just one of those ladies that everybody loves. So I think we should rename the channel Everybody Loves Kate.
Well, everybody except a few. Thank you. I feel like I'm witnessing my own funeral when everyone says, "Oh, I love Kate."
Is there anything you'd like to say? Come on, Chang, is there anything you'd like to? And then it's me, and then you can talk, Kate. Yeah. Don't start interrupting people when they're giving you praise, yeah? Chang, over to you, sir.
Stop it.
Okay, I think I do. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Collison. Right. Yes, I do have to say something here in this effect, because if it wasn't for Miss Kate having me over on this channel after that first ever members call-in show, I mean, I remember it just like it was just only yesterday. I did the first ever members call-in show, and almost immediately, I think it was the next day or the day after that members call-in show, Miss Kate invited me back on immediately just to have me go through all my jerseys and also my history of supporting this club, how I fell in love with the club despite me being Asian, from supporting Spurs from a different continent, a different time zone altogether. And I cannot thank you enough for making me feel so at home, so welcome, and just so at ease. There are other channels, I mean, I wouldn't say which channels, but there are maybe other channels that they pull you in just so they can get an outsider's perspective, or they can get, you know, a fan's perspective from a different culture, a different race, a different nationality. Over here, I feel so calm, so at ease, and everything just comes together so well. I mean, just look at our ensemble here together right now. We have fans from different age groups, different backgrounds, different cultures, religions, everything. And it's not just on the panel, it's in the chat. And it's not only in the chat. When Miss Kate was invited over to do the pre-match pump up over at We Are Tottenham TV, I cannot tell you just how proud I was for you to see you with Jacob, with I think it was Irish Hotspur, Mr. Harris, and a few others. I was so happy for you to get into We Are Tottenham TV, and I can only say more of the same, please. keep up the good work, and I can see many happy and great returns for you, Miss Kate.
Yeah.
Bless you. Nick, do you want to say anything before I'm allowed to talk?
Well, of course, as Kate thought she was big time going over to talk sport, and then I duly upset her by being recognised from people from Greece and Australia. We just need to remember that Kate needs to find her place, everyone, first of all. So, but no, look, I think for me, it's like this is what's important, right? Everyone talks about, or people talk about the community being toxic, the community being this, the community being that, right? But I think, like you said, Chang, if you go back to the North London derby, the people that were there, Danny, Phil P, Mia, Ellie, Jim, Kate, Lee's brother and his mate, or whoever they were, all the types of people there. In any other walk of life, these people wouldn't be together, right? And the one thing that everyone's got is their love and sometimes their hatred for Tottenham, because that's how we are. But I think, look, for me, like with Kate, I've been fortunate enough to, be on We Are Tottenham TV. People come up to you at the stadium, they recognise you, they want pictures. And look, we don't do it because we want all of that. That's not why we do it. Ben, all right, for fuck's sake, I knew I was going to forget someone, right? Ben was there as well. Ben Kaufman, the coffee company. Look, we do it. Yes, there's the banter. Yes, we have all that. But I think a lot of us don't take it as serious. It's not the end of the world, like Jimbo said. And I think, look, for me, football would not be for what it is if I didn't get to meet all of the people I've met on match day. Even the ones that are pains in the arses, right? But you then choose. You then from that point you choose who you want to associate with, stream with, do all these other things, and that's okay, right? And I think that it's like a dysfunctional family. And Kate, look, there's no point. People, and I'm sure there's people sitting there going, well, she's only got a break because she's a woman. She's only got a break because she's. Do you know what I mean? And it's not true. People get people, and people respect people. And I think, like you said, Jim, the amount of love from other people, all I've seen before, and obviously, yes, when I used to be on YouTube and everything else, all you used to see before is you see other fans, especially Arsenal fans, coming into the chat, literally, and it all kicking off, right?
Yeah.
And actually, you don't see that here, right? You don't see that here. You have a bit of banter, you say a bit of thing, but also there's that respect that you go, do you know what? I had a bit of banter with Indian Laguna at the start, but I know deep down that they play better football than us. So I'm not going to sit there and carry it on. Whereas some people will carry it on, ban people, time people out, block them, do all these nonsense stuff, right? We're just here to have fun, enjoy ourselves, try and enjoy ourselves with our football club, because it's very hard. But when we go to matches, for me, that's what's important. I used to go to matches, no one person, go to the game and not do it. And now it's more about having that family, that Spurs family, where you spend time with each other, you get to know each other, you chat to each other. And it may not be chatting all the time. It may be you see each other on stream. It may be you do send people messages and stuff like that. Or do you know what I mean? Or you have a laugh in a WhatsApp group or anything else. And that's what it should be about. And Kate, you have done, like Jimbo said, you've done incredibly well. You are getting close to being the next big timer. You're nearly there, Kate. Yeah, you're very close. Yeah. Next time we go to Spurs, it'll be me holding the camera to take a picture for you and someone else, right? It won't be everyone coming to me saying, "Oh, look, it's that guy. It's Barry. We love him." So yeah, and it's it's just great. It's great, and obviously, like Ellie, if you think of last season, I saw you at games. Didn't really talk to you. You invited us into your home. It was amazing. Kate and Jim seeing you coming down. Everyone, and what I love is that everyone makes the effort, right, for the people that they want to make the effort with. And Mia coming back, she had a long train journey. Ben coming back the same. Phil P. All of these people, and then it's extended. I was talking to Danny last night. I'm going to go and see Danny in Amsterdam. I wouldn't have gone to see him. Bobby Kay came over. He's coming over again. You know, all these people that are around the world that come to the games. Leo,
Leo, what a man.
Just, you know, people, I think what people don't understand is people see us on screen and then they get an opinion from it, right? But and people could take an opinion of Leo because they see him on screen, big guy, tattoos everywhere. Lee Smithy Smith, drunk fool, tattoos all over him. But actually have a conversation with people. And I think if you guys don't take people on face value, Mr. Box Office is a prime example. Yeah. And I'm not on screen, he's an arse. Off screen, he's lovely, right? And Kate and Jim were testaments to that because I said exactly the same thing to them and they didn't believe me. And then after being at Elly's, that was completely different. It was a completely different story. So let's just have fun. Spurs will always be Spurs. And as long as we accept that, then I think that's all that matters, right? So I think as long as we've got each other, I know, for example, if I was in trouble, I could pick up the phone to Jim or Bobby Kay and whatever I needed. If they could do it, they would do it. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Back to you, Kate, to go and put yourself in the mud.
I feel like I'm dying or something. Thank you, everyone, for the kind words. I am very proud of the channel. We're at 1,370 odd members, which in less than a year is just way past where I thought we'd be. But then everybody that's come on has helped get it where it is. So I wasn't expecting the stream to go down that road. But thank you, everyone. You've thrown me a little bit now. I just saw Vindaloo say start a different channel, Kate. Maybe something like Kate Talks Football. I think rather than starting a different channel, I don't think I could cope with that. My brain, I can't even cope with Luton and Fulham. I can't differentiate between the two. I might start a show where it's more. I mean, I think this show's more varied, where we talk about all the teams. But I think I might start like a show next year where we just focus on the top 6. Rather than just talking about Spurs, we focus on the top 6 teams and do that rather than I don't want to start a whole other channel again. I'm not big enough to do that for starters.
Okay, why just the top 6? You should be the whole Premier League because there's always stuff to talk about with the relegations and stuff like that. I enjoy that part of it as well. Yeah,
I do. But we'll see. There's going to be loads of new shows next season, but there's definitely going to be one where we cover sort of the rest of the Premier League. I did think about changing the channel to just The Girl Who Loves Football, but yeah, they're saying do the whole Premier League. Okay. I will always do what people want. So yeah, anyone who's got suggestions, I'll always try and do what they want. I've just got to answer this question. What current manager not going down and currently in charge of their team do you think won't be here next season as their manager, or do you think it will start the season the same? Wow. Go on, Nick.
Well, I'm going to say David Moyes and Jurgen Klopp are 2. They're definitely not going to be there next season. And I'm going to say Thomas Frank from Brentford is going to be my one. He's going to be somewhere else. And I think if all, like I said earlier, I think he will be the manager at Manchester United, and then everyone else will do the same because we haven't seen. We thought we were going to see like a little bit of a merry-go-round, De Zerbi going to Liverpool, and then someone going to Brighton, and etc. But I think Thomas Frank. I think so.
That's a good call.
Can I just tell you it's 2 o'clock?
I know. I'm just finishing up with this question. So, Elly, is there anyone you can see maybe starting the season, not ending it there, or someone going before the start of next season?
Do you know what? I'm going to be controversial.
You ain't going to say
Arteta's going to get. I'm going to say Arteta's going to get the boot when he doesn't win the league.
Wow!
Because they're going to come to the Cronkies, right? They're going to think this man's a loser like Pochettino. He's won 1 cup, and he hasn't won us anything. We've given him countless of millions of pounds to get us to number 1 spot, and he hasn't achieved it. So I'm thinking the Cronkies are going to do a surprise shock, right? And sack Arteta and send him to Legoland.
That would be a shock, let's be fair.
I'm not being serious, though.
No.
You want me to be serious?
Yeah, go on. Who's serious?
I think possibly. Let me think. I think
Do you
Ten
want me to be
Hag.
serious, but I don't know the answer.
I think Ten Hag.
Ten
Ten
Hag.
Hag
Okay.
might get the boot.
Chang.
And I think he wants to go abroad as well, where football's appreciated more.
Yeah. Chang.
That was my exact prediction as well. I mean, honestly, I can't see United dealing with Ten Hag for a whole another season if they're going to be losing 4-0 away against the likes of Crystal Palace. I mean, one defeat every now and then might just cut it, but it's far too many defeats, and some of the managerial decisions on and off the pitch are a bit puzzling for the likes of Manchester United, who should be always constantly in and around top 4. I think his time has run out, and I can honestly see someone taking over at Manchester United. They are, let's put it this way, Manchester United is too big a club to fail. With the constant media attention, the sponsorships they have, even the ex-players that are working as pundits. So for me, it's always going to be a hot seat. And Ten Hag, although he did have his moments, the FA Cup and some other notable performances, but I can't see Ten Hag still being at the helm come next season. So that's just my take on whom I feel is not going to be in charge of their clubs next season.
Yeah. Jimbo, who do you fancy won't be there?
Don't care.
Can you just give me a name anyway?
No, I can't see many changes. I think Ten Hag will be there. Arteta, I think, will be there if they don't win it, because they haven't. You can't say they failed. Maybe Thomas Frank might be the only one to move on. I don't really care.
I agree here with Destiny. I think Eddie Howe will be gone mid-season, or possibly for the start of the season. I think Newcastle will want to take that next step. The UFO queries and theories will be coming back over the next couple of weeks. It will definitely be back because obviously the season's ending. There will be different shows as well. So listen, that's it for today. Massive thank you to Lee Smithy Smith for the super chat, and to James for becoming a new member. Bless your heart. Thank you very much. Jim, do you know when we can find you next?
Whenever you tell me I'm on, darling.
In the kitchen,
you can find Jim and I next on Monday at noon for the final recap of the season. Chang, thank you as always for coming on. When can we find you next?
So I'm going to be hopefully I will be doing the last ever watch along for this season over at El Tel Cockerel and Talk and Ball with Senor Garcia and Mr. Sievers. And of course, we have our final league review on Monday at noon over at this channel. So those will be my next 2 upcoming shows.
Excellent. Thank you again, Chang. Mr. Nicholas, are you anywhere? Nick the driver?
Driving around, picking up kids most of the weekend. I'll be at Wembley tomorrow. So if you want to annoy my wife, if you are going to Wembley, come up and see me and say, I recognise you. You're from We Are Tottenham TV or from YouTube. Because that really winds her up, and it will really wind her up tomorrow. So Lee, if you're going, pretend you don't know me and we'll just like act it out. It'll be like hilarious.
Hey.
Apart from that, everyone stay safe, be happy, and enjoy the summer break. England's going to disappoint you as much as Spurs have.
I think before you go to Mindaloo, I think that Nick should become a permanent fixture on this show. I liked him on here.
Well, it's him. He's Mr. Big Time. He's normally working and everywhere, but he knows that he's got an open invitation. Anytime he wants to come on.
That means a lot. But yeah, if I can do it, I can help and I can contribute, then I will.
He messaged me and said I can come on. I just sent the link. It's like, it goes without saying to have Mr. Big Time on the channel. He doesn't need to ask. Vindaloo, very generous donation. Thank you very, very much for the channel. Keep growing. Thank you so much. We did cover the Bournemouth game, Chelsea-Bournemouth. We covered all the games. Ellie, when can we find you next?
Okay, so I'm on with Nippon Sharma on NS Sports TV tonight on the Sixth Sense, where the top six we discuss, and I'm representing Tottenham. So, yeah, I like that show because it's very, very free flowing, and we have Beta on it as well. And we've got a lovely Arsenal fan who I absolutely adore. Not as much as you, though, Kate. Right? Her name's Lottie. She's a real good Arsenal fan, and I've hit it off with her. She's a lovely lady, and then we've got lots of other fans joining us from the top six. Normally, the Liverpool fan, Rodney, he doesn't come on. He very rarely comes on, but when he does, it's a pleasure to see him because he's a nice lad. And then for Manchester United, we've got a lovely boy called Arrest who walks around his room and goes in and out of the channel. Like he turns off the light, he comes back, so I'm thinking he's a moonlighter, But he's a Man United fan, and he loves football. Everybody on that show, they really do love football. And obviously Nippon, he supports Chelsea, so he's very passionate about the Chavs. And I'll give it to him tonight, because I'll say to him, you better not win and we better not lose. So it's at 9:30 tonight on NS Sports TV. And then I'm obviously on with you, Kate. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Barring any cat sickness, I'll be on time.
Yeah.
And Eltel Cockerell, sorry.
So thanks to everyone in the chat. It's been such a good show. And Eltel Cockerell.
Yeah, Eltel Cockerell. I'm sort of in charge of when I do the shows. They're normally Wednesdays and Fridays, but this week's been a bit hectic. So I'm going to start from next week, me and Chang on a Wednesday, and we'll probably switch up the show a bit because there's going to be football to talk about still, so it's fine.
Right.
Are we all freezing?
And no, thank you again, everyone, because you.
No.
Yeah, Kate's freezing.
Kate's freezing.
It's just every time I went to finish the show, you thought of something else. To finish the show, you went, and another thing, so Nick's pretending to be frozen. Thank you everyone for all your comments, because that's what keeps the channel going and keeps the chat going. Have a great weekend. Let's hope Tottenham can do the business and beat Sheffield United. And that's it. Have a great weekend, everyone, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on,
you Spurs.